Hey, thanks for joining us for another GK Visual podcast. You've noticed we're in a different studio here. We've moved locations, and this will be the first one we recorded in the new setup. We're excited to be here. Today I have Erin Higgins from Reist Popcorn, which we were first contacted by Reist. We didn't know a whole lot about the popcorn industry, and now I feel like we're like amateur experts, maybe. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Erin's a co-owner, works with Human Resources, and we worked on a video production together, and I figured it'd be great to have you here. We can talk about the company, talk a little bit about the process of making a video and what that was like for you guys. But welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's fantastic to be here.
Thanks so much for joining us. Could you tell me a little bit about who Reist is to start off with, and then we can kind of dive into a little bit of the history, I guess.
Yeah. So Reist Popcorn Company is the easternmost popcorn processing company in the nation. We've been in business for 100 years. We're fourth generation family owned.
You're slightly over 100 now, right?
We are actually 101
There you
years.
go.
That's how we got connected with
Yeah.
you guys, which I'm sure we'll talk about
Sure.
a little bit later. But we work with farmers to grow popcorn. We process it, bulk package it, and then sell it to snack food manufacturers and concessions, theaters all over the world.
How did you and your family get involved? Talk to me about the legacy of the 100 years.
So my great-grandfather, Alvin Reist, in 1925, he started a seed cleaning business. And he would travel around to local farms and clean seed for them and take his equipment. And then I guess it was in 1927, he grew his first popcorn crop.
Double check you on that. Yeah,
You're not going to fact check me. It's in the late 1920s.
Okay.
They became incorporated as Reist Seed Company initially in 1925, and he grew his first crop of popcorn just a few years later. It was just as popcorn was starting to become more commercialized. It was often grown in family gardens and popped at home. And it was kind of as concessions started and carnivals and theaters that it became a little bit more commercialized. And from there, that's really where it started with that first planting.
Well, I was reading a little bit about the history of popcorn because I was kind of dumb and I take it for granted. Before we did this, and I was reading, movie theaters were struggling and brought in popcorn to try to increase movie sales. Is that right?
Yeah, because it's a celebratory food, and they were able to associate eating popcorn and watching movies. So, I mean, when you look at the success of theaters, the sale of concessions and popcorn is a huge part of their income.
Yeah. So you guys are in Lancaster County. You want to talk to us about your location, and from doing this project, we got to see a little bit of the growth from the past years.
Yeah. So we're in Mount Joy in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And our first location was originally on our family farm, which has been in our family. We're celebrating 200 years, actually, of having that farm in our family. That's where Alvin first started the seed business. Then he shortly thereafter moved to Snyder Mill, which is on Route 230, or was on Route 230 in Mount Joy. He was there for 2 years, and then in 1927 moved into our location, which is on Mannheim Street in Mount Joy, which we're currently at now. We've expanded it quite a bit.
I was going to say, it's quite the operation.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've
Yeah.
been there. So it was originally 2 plots, and then my grandfather, second generation, expanded it to 7 plots. And we've, added on warehousing. But it's been really fun to, develop and grow our business within an old building as well, and kind of be creative with how we run our lines.
So it's interesting. You're in Mount Joy, but your reach is far beyond just Lancaster County.
A little bit.
Talk to me about like where corn's coming in from and where the packaged product is going to.
Yeah. So we grow all across the U.S., as far west as Colorado, all the way over to PA, so Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. We bring it in often on rail. We do have a rail siding at another facility in Mount Joy that we bring it in. And then we bring it into our main plant, process it, clean it, package it in bulk, so 50-pound bags or totes. And we do have a lot of storage facilities. So we'll put what we don't need right away right into storage. Sometimes it needs to be dried.
And those are those big silos that we saw by
exactly.
Yep.
And we have some storage right at the rail yard, some over at our farm, and then some at our main plant. And then once we're ready to process, which when we're ready to process, that's about ready to be packaged and sent out to customers, we bring it in by truck over to our plant. And then it runs through a series of machines where it's kind of sorted by size, shape, weight, and color. And then we can package it into bulk packaging from there.
It was really cool touring. It's like a mix of the old school and the high tech when we walk through there. I mean, it's in this really cool old warehouse building, and then these machines are flying by. We talked about optics, and you know, it's crazy, and it's so fast too.
Yeah, it's been pretty incredible, to be able to build out within the old structure and kind of maintain a lot of that, what my great-grandfather operated out of. But we've been able to be very innovative and, bringing in new technology. We're having like a PLC system installed to kind of monitor our inventory a little better.
Okay.
And it is quite a sight to see how it all fits together.
So once it's processed, packaged, where does it go then?
Yeah, so we ship it out domestically all over the U.S. That a lot of our U.S. customers will be using it for snack food manufacturing. So it would often go into a pre-popped bag of popcorn you might find in the grocery store. And then we do export quite a bit. We export to over 20 countries.
Oh, wow.
And that goes out in a container, which is shipped down to to a port. And then we, to Asia, to Saudi, we all over. And that would be used for snack food products or movie theater concessions.
How's popcorn seen overseas?
It's growing in popularity. It depends on the country. Some countries, it's a newer kind of snack food. A lot of, countries outside of the U.S., cinema is huge.
Yeah.
So they're using a lot for cinema.
Okay.
And it is growing. It's traditionally the U.S. is the largest consumers of popcorn, but other countries, I think, are recognizing what a great snack it is and, increasing their consumption.
Yeah, you mentioned when we were getting ready here, having a call with Japan.
Yeah. It was we actually, my husband and I went to visit in March for 10 days to visit some customers, and they took us on the beautiful country, but took us on a tour of some different cities there. And we got to see our popcorn in action, which was kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 100 years and what you guys did to celebrate. We can talk a little bit about how we got brought in. Part of that, what did you guys want to do for the celebration, and how that come from a thought to fruition?
We originally thought we're going to show a slideshow of the history with pictures at our dinner, at the gala dinner. And I was put in charge of putting that together. And as we, you kind of think, oh, I'll, just put together a couple pictures and like a high school basketball banquet or something. And as I got into it, I was like, let's do this right and let's find a professional. And that's how we got connected. I found you guys.
Yeah. You guys were so easy to work with too, I would say. And you guys have great reference materials to start off with. A lot of clients come to us and say they need a video and they don't have much material. So not that we can't work with that, and we do, but you guys have the book, and maybe you want to mention what the book is.
Yeah. My dad made it easy because he wrote a book. So my dad was in the business until 2021 when he retired. And then the year after retirement, he committed to documenting the century of Reist Popcorn in the family in his book. And they left, and they left me off at 1500 as the title, which is what his grandfather, my great-grandfather, put in to start the business.
Got it.
So that's kind of where that title came from. But yeah, he did put so much work into pulling all that information together. So it really made our job easier in being able to give you resources.
I know Nick on our team who edited the video. That was such a great tool to have, to be able to not only pull reference material, but also know what to pull.
Yeah.
Sometimes trying to connect old photos, they might have a lot of old photos, but we don't know what they reference, and so you guys were already ahead of the game. With that.
Well, it's my Dave Reist. That was that he did all the hard work there, so made our job easy.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
How was the video received?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I cried the first time I saw it. It's amazing.
Well, it's your voice in it. Yeah.
I mean, the voiceovers. That was my first voiceover experience too. But it's, I remember when we met with you, you came to our company to talk, and I really didn't know what to expect.
Sure.
All we knew is that we wanted to make something to commemorate the 100 years. And I remember that you and I believe Nick was there too, said what we want to do is we want to tell a story that evokes the emotion of what it means to make it to 100 years. And you did that.
Oh,
and it
thanks,
was with your guidance to kind of help us, pull in what's helpful, what's relevant, what's going to keep people's attention. And, so that was my initial response. And we have just had, so much incredible feedback. We have shared it with customers all over the world, actually. And still I actually just made a presentation somewhere to like a new class of CDL drivers as we're hiring.
Okay.
And I showed that just to give them an idea, like, this is who we are. And, and it really does. It paints a good picture of like the core of who Reist Popcorn is.
We love that. And we try to help clients get more bang for their buck with things like that. So using the video and more than just the one purpose can really help in so many aspects of a company's storytelling.
I would 100% attest to that. I mean, it's been our experience. And
do you guys have that on online or anywhere if people want to go to your website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it featured on so if you go to reistpopcorn.com, REIST popcorn.com, we have a tab that says 100 years. And then if you click on there, the video is right there.
Some people there. Yeah. I didn't realize that there's so many different types of popcorn, and I don't know anything what yellow versus blue versus a mushroom pop. Can you talk to me a little bit about the different types and styles?
A lot of people don't realize like popcorn isn't just popcorn. I mean, there's so many different types.
I'm like
out
movie
there.
Theater butter or natural butter. Like I don't know the difference.
Yeah. So I mean, our biggest sellers would be like a yellow kernel.
Okay.
I mean, and also we sell a lot of white popcorn too, which would be a little smaller and more tender.
Okay.
But of the yellow variety, there's a butterfly pop and a mushroom pop. So
and
maybe
that's just the style or the way it pops out?
It's the way it pops. So it's a different hybrid. So for example, like a mushroom will pop into more of like a ball shape.
Okay.
It's a little firmer, so it's great for anyone who wants to apply a coating to it.
Got it.
So like a sweet and salty or caramel or something like that. A butterfly is usually what's used in concessions or like what you might traditionally put like the butter and salt flavoring on.
Yeah.
So they're definitely, depending different uses that our customers have different, what they want to use it for. And there's different expansions of each of those too. There's a definite science behind it.
Do customers come to you and say, hey, this is what we want to do, and you guys can kind of direct them into what product's going to work best for them?
Yeah, we absolutely, especially being in the business for so long, we have, I think we're experts in popcorn. I mean, we've done it for decades and we know it, and we're always innovating and learning more, but I would say especially my husband Mike will work pretty closely with clients to help maybe if they're developing a new product or a new flavoring, or even with their line and equipment, because that can matter too, like popping temperature and what type of oil do they use. So
consumers though, they can get popcorn from you guys. How does that work?
They can, they can go to our website and order there. Or if you're in the area, you can stop into our main plant. It's not carried in retail, other areas, but you can. We actually have a lot of people who stop in and pick up a bag.
Well, so many people are used to just throwing popcorn in their microwave, but there's so much more out there. Can you talk to me about how you guys like to make your own popcorn at home?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for me, it's oil pop in a pan over the stove. So we used to have like what's called a whirly pop. I mean, you can actually Google whirly pop and buy one, but it has a handle that stirs on the top lid. You can do it in a pan, which is just what I do, or pot, and kind of jostle it so it doesn't burn. I think, do you do it that way also?
Yeah, my kids, ever since we got this, I've started doing it in a cast iron over the stove, and the kids love it. And I'll have like a cover over it, but every once in a while I'll pull it off and it'll just shoot everywhere, and they think that's the best thing.
Oh, it's so fun.
And it tastes so much better.
Oh yeah. It's, I like to pop it in. The healthiest oils to pop in would be like avocado, like a high heat point avocado or coconut or something, or you could do a sunflower, which to me tastes a little bit buttery.
Okay.
But what kind of oil do you like to pop?
We've done avocado oil in ours.
To me, I think that has probably the highest health benefits.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about popcorn, because when we talk snack foods, like, there's not a lot that beat popcorn as far as health.
It's true. So I come from a background of health. Like I was a health coach in the functional medicine world for many years. And this is a snack food I can completely get behind from a health standpoint.
Okay.
So it's always, all popcorn is non-GMO, number one. We sell organic or, non-organic, but all of them are non-GMO.
Okay.
Popcorn for a grain has the highest protein content.
No kidding.
So like
Okay.
a 3-cup popped would have like 3 grams of protein, 3.6 grams of fiber. I mean, it's a healthy snack. It's loaded with antioxidants.
And the calorie count without toppings and stuff is pretty low.
It's like under 100 for 3 cups, which is a bowl.
Yeah,
so,
but still fills you up.
Yeah. So it's, as far as a healthy snack food,
we tend to sometimes kill it with butter and things that aren't always the greatest, but it's a great thing to have around the house, especially with the kids when they're complaining about.
You get your healthy fats in and
exactly.
sea salt. And
Yeah. What's the future for you guys? Do you guys have future plans, or we hit 100 and we're just cruising? I don't know.
Well, we're looking at the next 100 years.
Okay.
We continue to grow, and have plans to expand. We're expanding our organic offerings, which is really exciting. And we're definitely a relationship based. We're always looking to develop relationships. We've worked with customers for decades. Like some of our customers, we have a lot of new that we're honored to be able to be building relationships with as well. So the future's exciting, and we're committed to kind of carry on the torch. It's an honor. Mike and I being 4th generation, it's like, to be able to kind of take it the next step is a real honor.
Well, what's the next generation? Talk to me about the kids. Are they getting involved too?
We have 3 kids. They all they're all young adults, like 21 and under. So we'll see.
Yeah.
There's interest.
Okay.
So we also don't want to force them.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
So
Yep.
we kind of have already talked about if they want to work in the business, we also want them to have outside work, get some experience, and come back. And I think Mike and I getting to walk through the succession process with my dad and my parents has given us a lot of insight, and I hope we can do the same for the next generation.
Well, working outside of the family business also gives you new insight and experience that can help.
100%
with your own business
for
sure. Do they ever come to you and say you guys should be doing it this way, or that their own ideas of things?
Not
yet.
So much.
Okay, that's
not
good.
so much.
All right.
Yeah, our oldest is I've shared when we were kind of talking before is a robotics. He's applied engineering major at Millersville, and he has some kind of ideas maybe about how we would continue to innovate and like automate things. So, he's given us a little input there. And his involvement would probably include, overseeing that kind of thing.
Okay.
So
that's very cool.
our daughter is studying marketing.
Oh,
so,
all right.
We'll see
where
that leads.
Sure.
And then our youngest is he's just finished junior year. He has another year, but he's going to be majoring in business.
Okay.
I would say he has a lot of interest.
Well, that's very cool. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about the community where you guys are in Mount Joy. Are people familiar with Reist and what you do there?
A lot of people locally know us because we have a mural on the side of our building. So, if you meet people and they're like, "Oh, you're the building with the mural," which we are getting redone this year.
Oh.
It's almost 30 years old, and we did have to repoint some of the bricks. So that's kind of an exciting project we're doing too. I think people are familiar with us. We do a lot of like the Winter Fest in Mount Joy, and Mount Joy has a big anniversary celebration coming up in June. We hand out popcorn. We have an old stagecoach my dad had refurbished, and we put a popper in it, and then we take it, we can take it out and hand popcorn. It's actually been something cool. It's been in some of our weddings and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So the community I think is familiar with us. Our kids played sports, so we would,
Well, it seems like, at least from the book, there's a history of being involved with the community and doing fun things. What's the one photo of an airplane? In Santa Claus.
With Santa Claus. Yeah. So that was my great grandfather. he had a 2-seat airplane, and he flew Santa to, I think it was elementary school off 230, which isn't there. But yes, to have Santa visit the students.
Did he
there.
bring popcorn or?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's assume he did.
Sounds good.
Popcorn
for the
and
sake of the
Santa
story.
probably
Sure.
go hand in
Yeah.
hand. So, yeah, there's a legacy. My great grandfather had an airplane. My grandfather flew an airplane 2-seater, and now my
Okay.
dad has a Citabria, which he keeps on the farm, and we have actually it's an airstrip that is.
Yeah, we got
only-
to visit the farm and shot a
Yeah.
little bit there. And you guys still grow popping corn
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah, it just was planted. So
Okay.
if you came by, you could see little 2-inch sprouts coming up.
Well, Erin, anything else coming up that people should know about, or how you mentioned again how they find you guys and online and maybe even in person?
I mean, we travel a lot. We do a lot of food shows.
Okay.
We were just in Vegas over the last 2 months twice for a cinema show and
All right.
a domestic snack food show, and then we go to Saudi for Gulf Foods.
Oh,
and
wow.
Asia for a cinema show, and so I know a lot of people aren't going to meet us there,
Sure.
but we do get out and about a
Yeah.
lot. But yeah, if you go to our website, you can check out our different products. You can look at learn more about the history by watching the video. It's right there. You can follow us on Instagram. I think we're Reist Popcorn. If you want to check us out there.
Okay.
So.
Good deal. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and appreciate you telling us about the history and actually bringing some popcorn for us too.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Nate. This is great.
All right. Good.
Okay.